Hey guys, real quick video just to kind of get some opinions. Me and Primer's Best were talking about some of these newer TV shows, the ones that will take something like this and blow it apart and, you know, paint it and put air ride on it and LS motors and stuff. All that's well and good, but what me and him were discussing is I can remember with going with my dad up to the rod run or some of these local shows and stuff when I was a kid. I remember seeing a bunch of these cars, and he always flew with Camaros, Chevelles, stuff like that. And as you were walking down the strip in Pigeon Forge, you'd see a red Camaro, blue Camaro, another 4 red Camaros, maybe a yellow one here or there, a green one, red, blue, 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 red, 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 blue. There was no substance to them. And I always liked the cars, don't get me wrong. I love to see a slick first gen Camaro, Chevelle, some of the old Buicks, these square body trucks. I love it. I love to see these trucks that have really gotten a lot of attention from somebody. Somebody's threw a lot of money at them, cared for them. But it doesn't really, interest me until you hear the story. Once you take and you sand this off, all this original paint, it takes the story away from them. If y'all remember my green truck, I don't remember what year it was, 78 or 9, long bed. It was a long bed truck just like this. I dug it out of a barn in Sevierville. And this side of the bed was all scratched up and dented up. And never could really figure that out. I penetrated the truck and kind of preserved it. Later on, I got to thinking, a lot of farmers, they would take an old pitchfork or something and fill the bed up full of hay, fill the bed of an old truck up full of hay, and they'd pull it up and let the cows eat out of it. So that's probably what happened to that bedside. I don't know what happened to it. It could have been anything, but that made more sense, than anything else, because the truck was on an old farm. It spent most of its life there. So, that's the story that I came up with. The story that came along with the truck, it belonged to this lady's brother, and her whole family, worked that farm all their life. So I wish I would have kind of dug deeper into it and got the backstory on that bedside. Maybe she could have helped me along, but I didn't ask. I just loaded the truck up and brought it home and build it the way I wanted to build it. But like I said, that's why, a lot of people don't understand this patina. They don't understand the dents and the scuffs, just like this truck. You can see it's kind of scuffed up on this bedside here on the driver's side, just scratched up a little bit. I'm going to buff that out and try to make this original paint look better, but I wish I had the backstory on that. I wish I knew what happened to that bedside. So anyway, to most of y'all that don't understand this patina, that's why I like it. I love patina. I love digging these trucks out of barns, fields, the woods, whatever. If you remember Primer's Best truck, Big Turd, I dug that truck out of the slums of Chattanooga. That truck was behind the house. A tree had fell on it, and it had been wrecked. It had been hit in the front. And the backstory I got on it, an old guy was driving through town and hit a car in the rear end with it. Well, when I got the truck and started fooling with it, I figured out why he hit the rear end of another car. The brake pedal was up too high. The little old stopper, it's like a little old piece of rubber that caught that brake pedal, was gone. Somebody took that out. And you had to bring your foot way up off the floorboard to ever get a hold of that brake pedal. So he must not have been able to get a hold of the brake pedal. And so that's probably why he wrecked it. So anyway, I really love the backstories on these old trucks. I've had several of them that I knew all the history on. This particular truck, it has spent most of its life here local in Meigs County, Tennessee. A guy named Jerry Davis bought this truck. He drove it. He worked it. A guy bought it from him. I don't remember his name, but I will get it. And kind of the same thing. He bought the truck, and most people that know him will tell you he parks everything out in the field, and he doesn't fool with it much. That's what happened with this truck. He parked it out in the field, and eventually the fuel line rotted, and then he, fixed it and got it running and sold it to the guy I got it from. The guy I got it from worked it as well. He hauled dirt in the bed of it. He went and got a big load of compost or whatever, and took it home and done what he needed to do with it. This truck has worked all of its life. Since 1987, this truck's been worked up until I've got it. Of course, I lowered it, put the wheels on it, and now it sits in my garage. But like I said, I really love these old cars and trucks, but the thing I love the most is the story behind them. I love to hear the stories behind them, just like at GMC. Could you imagine the stories that truck could tell? I have no idea what that truck's been through. But what I do know about the truck is the guy that owned it, he laid bricks or hauled bricks or something. That's all I know. Something to do with masonry. That's all I know about the truck. You can see it was a 3100 or a half ton. It's 6 lug in the front. They've put an 8 lug rear end in this truck. It's a short bed. So they put that 8 lug rear end in it to work the truck, to help them pull a bigger load. So, backing up and looking at this truck, who knows what's been in the bed of this truck? Who knows what, 2 or 3 people up here in the cab have talked about, the conversations that's went on in the cab of this truck. It's fascinating to me to think about. A lot of people don't look at things the way I do, but I would love to hear some of the conversations that's went on in the front of this truck. Who knows what they talked about? Probably something very uninteresting, something that no one would really care about. Maybe they've ate biscuits going down the road and drank coffee or whatever with a load of bricks in the back, going to do a day's work, make some money. They probably didn't care a thing about this old truck, but it carried them where they needed to go. It helped them make a week's pay or whatever. And this old truck done its job. Like I said, I'd love to hear everything as far as the conversations that went on in the cab of this truck. I'd like to go back and know what everybody's done under the hood of this old truck. Whatever. I just love to hear the backstories on these trucks. That's what interests me. Like my 83, the blue truck, I know that my aunt and her boyfriend had it. I know they kind of hot rodded it or whatever. I don't know what happened prior to it, but looking at the old original paint, kind of some of the little dings and dents and stuff, you can kind of make a educated guess. So anyways, just trying to explain the patina thing. Again, a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people love it, but some don't understand it. So I'm just trying to get my point across as to, what we're looking at, how we're feeling about it. Again, I love to pull something like this out of an old field that's been worked and beat down all of its life, and then give it a little bit of attention, give it a little bit of character. And just like this old truck, I took this truck when I bought it. I carried it to the rod run. I drove it. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said carried it. I drove it to the rod run, and nobody really paid this truck any attention at all. They'd glance at it, kind of look at it a little bit, but they didn't pay this truck a lot of attention. It was just an old truck. It was at a factory stance. It had some old ugly steel wheels on it. And, it's crazy to me to think something as simple to me. It's not, it's not so simple to a lot of people, but simple to me is lowering one, putting a set of wheels on it. And, every time I drive this truck, I get complimented on it. Somebody, hollers at me, hey, that old truck looks good, or, whatever. And again, all I've done lowered it, put wheels on it, front air down. I threw that front tag on it, the side molding, and I cleaned it up and waxed it. And you know, a lot of people have talked to me about buying the truck, you know, since I've done this little bit of work to it. But you know, the way it was when I bought it, you know, when I looked at it, I kind of seen its backstory. You know, the curiosity gets the best of me. When I look at something like this, I think, man, you know, what's that old truck been through? You know, whatever. Sorry about that. Dropped my phone. But anyways, my imagination kind of runs wild with with these old trucks. I apologize for dropping the phone there, but just kind of slipped out of my hand. But anyway, again, just trying to explain the patina thing. A lot of people don't understand it. Oh God, that patina, just paint it, make it slick, you know. That's all well and good. Whoops. My apologies. I had that phone upside down the entire time. It's been a long day. I've shot fireworks with the baby. Oh Lord, I've been to niece's birthday party. I've, you know, been cleaning on my garage. This, that, and the other. It's been a long week, so forgive me for that little incident. But anyway, again, just want to show y'all this, kind of explain my way of thinking. I'm sure most of y'all feel the same way I do about some of this old stuff. But anyways, y'all have a good. I'm gonna put this truck back up. It's got to go back in the garage over there. You see my door open. And get in the house, upload this video so y'all can check it out. I'm gonna try to upload it tonight. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.